here at TIGO, and I'm doing assistance to press sales activities and design, product information, and technical commissioning, and etc. And as today we are going to do some product information with technical information. I'm Kemal Khan Aydoğan, and master degree engineer. I'm really
Very
nice to meet you all.
Very good. Very good. You are very welcome. Let's them in, Richard. Let guys in, and we will wait 5 minutes, few minutes.
Sure.
Good morning, everyone. We will start very shortly in a few minutes. We have around 30, 40 interesters, participants. English is not so good, but I understand very well. Russian is better, Kemal. You are originally where from?
I'm from Turkey.
Sounds family name, sounds Turkish.
Morning.
Very
Morning.
welcome.
I couldn't hear you very well. Can you repeat?
Yeah. You hear me?
Now I can hear you very well. Maybe I should also put these in. Just a second.
Richard, do you hear me very well?
Could be better.
It was just air.
Now it was good.
You can hear me. Could you please
Hello?
let me know? So, can you hear me?
I
Yes.
can hear you, yes.
Perfect. Okay. I wanted to use the
Good
headphones.
morning. Labas rytas. How is this? It's Estonian, you say good morning.
Tere hommikust.
Tere.
Hommikust.
Tere hommikust.
Yeah, that's right.
Labas rytas. Labrīt. Let's wait 2 minutes more. Now 10 o'clock. Let's wait 2-3 minutes and then start. Agenda is that I will present very short presentation about BayWa solar systems SIA, and our colleague from TIGO, Kemal, will present TIGO. We have here our local team, Sandis from BayWa. Sandis, present yourself, what you are doing, what is your responsibility?
I'm responsible for sales and for panel purchase.
Okay. Samantha, present yourself.
Yeah, I'm responsible for Lithuania and as well the inverters. Yeah.
Okay. Alex also from Lithuania, from Vilnius location. Melis, maybe you can present yourself.
Yes, good morning, everybody from Estonia and other countries. My name is Meelis. I'm the sales guy from Estonia. I'm the responsible of the batteries.
Then we have one more guy, Maris Kalniņš. Maris.
Yes, hi. Hello. I have some problems with camera. I didn't see, but I'm responsible for mounting systems, Novotegra, and sales.
Okay. Can we start, Richard?
Some
I
people
think, yeah.
writing me he is forget registration and now asking for link. I just sending. No.
Okay, let's wait 1-2 minutes. And then... I will present BayWa solar systems here. very shortly, and then I will give you a demo. Okay, let's start. About BayWa. BayWa as a group is a 100 years old company operating in 3 segments: agriculture, energy, and construction. We are a part of energy business. Total turnover 2022 is around 20 billion euros. Energy business turnover last year was 6 billion euros. Main income is coming from Europe, 70%, also with United States, also with Asia, Pacific, some business, but smaller portion. And our main business is solar distribution. That means we sell solar panels, inverters, fixing elements. We do calculations for our planners. It's mainly our business. We keeping how to say links with other BayWa group activities, and if there are some big projects, you can go to us and ask some support. We can ask BayWa construction companies. A little bit about BayWa Solar Systems. We were acquired end of 2022. The previous name was Pro Electro. We was acquired by BayWa Group. Our turnover at that moment was 9 million euros with a bit half a million, a little bit over €500,000 euros. We were 7 people. Most of them who present was from our previous team. At the moment, we operating at a central warehouse in Riga, and we have our branches in Lithuania. Domantas is a team leader located in Kaunas, and assisting Olegas from Vilnius. They take care of all Lithuanian market, and we have an office in Tallinn, and Melis Hot is operating. It's opened and working. We are, let's say, in each market. BayWa's target is to be #1 or at least #2. We are planning to be #1 in a couple of years. We have our web shop. We're selling inverters, optimizers, solar panels. We have JA Solar. There's this little bit old slide. We have Jinko, JA, Trina, Solitech. We have inverters. Fronius inverters is our very beginning. We start with Fronius, and Fronius is a friendly company with TIGO. Maybe Kemal will add some more later on. And we're selling Goodwi inverters. We're selling Huawei inverters, Sungrow inverters. This is shortly about inverters. Then we have our own brand, Nova Tegra. Maris Kalniņš is responsible for stock levels and for promotion and for marketing activities. For ground mounting, we're using Polish Box and Polish Budmat systems. And in the BayWa Group, we have our own calculation, solar planning system, flat roof, pitched roof, different kind of cover roofs. This was very shortly, and my name is Dirts Pakals. I'm managing director of the BayWa Solar Systems SIA. I'm sitting in Riga, and any questions, you are very welcome. I go now. Richard will assist all this presentation. If any questions to me or Kemal, you are very welcome. Better to write. I one thing didn't tell. We are recording. If anyone against, then please hand up and please put your hand up. We can stop it, but we're recording for those people who would like to listen later on this presentation. From my side, that's it. Thank you very much. And Kemal, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Thank you so much for the presentation. It was great. I'm Kemal. I'm sales engineer. So from now on, I'm going to, and my team is going to help you with TIGO products from the introduction, installation information, design assistance during the commissioning, or we have great after sales team, and they are going to help you even if you have questions after the sales. So today I prepare a slide deck for you that is more compact. I put as much as information I can during this hour, but as you know, each part could have more information. But we are going to have all the products today. If you have further questions, just please send me, and we can exchange emails, or I can even tell more about it. So we are going to start with TIGO, what we are, who we are, and then we are going to talk about unmatched value proposition, what it has, and then I'm going to introduce the components of this value proposition. The system with TIGO MLPE, of course, our storage system, and monitoring platform. Then we can do a quick Q&A. So about TIGO. TIGO is NASDAQ listed company, and you can find the TIGO systems on all the continents. So even in Antarctica, we have a system. And we are really proud because all over the world, you can see our systems. And we are a pioneer on the MLPE, which is a model level electronics. And we are covering almost every area of the of the solar system without considering a solar model and the grid. But we are providing MLPE, which is optimizer and safety devices, inverter, battery storage systems, here, ATS transfer switch, which we will see as a EI link, the software and energy management. Then we are going to touch all of them. So the complete solution, when we are saying complete solution, is we just would like to see the solar systems more advanced in an advanced version. So we don't want to see the traditional installations, because what we are proposing is a value proposition which is really unique, actually, because we are providing PV and storage system backup together with rapid shutdown and optimizer or monitoring, and everything is TIGO EI. You can we are going to touch base all of them, but you can see that it's a compact solution, but also it's flexible, so you can do whatever you want. So let's see. The inverter is a grid-tied inverter. It is ready to be used with the battery, of course. We have DC coupled high efficiency battery. It is modular, so you can stack on top of them. Each of them is 3 kilowatt blocks. It has really high fast charging and discharging, which is 1C, that we are going to see also. And the EI link that I mentioned before, it is going to be the central wiring or the heart of your system, because it has an ATS, it has the RCD, it has the netter, it can do everything. So it leads installers to spend less time on the site. And of course, all of them, even the MLPEs, are going to be managed from the same app and commissioned from the same app and monitored from the same app. So what a system should look like with TIGO. You install your system, which is this, and you install your MLPEs. And the storage system will provide you one tab, and after that, you will have your system. So you're going to have the inverter, storage solution, MLPE, and everything will be in your monitoring software, which will be like this, actually. So as you can see, this is the video that I took for you. You can see the reclaimed energy, how much energy that you extra generate due to optimizer, the current value of the each PV model. You can go to past data to see what is production. For example, we went to the past data. You can check it easily. You can click the voltage or production. So what we did is we can see how much extra energy that is provided due to optimizer. We saw our storage system and etc. And also we even were able to see the current and voltage data. The system configuration is really easy. We have monophase inverters, which are 3, 5, and 6 kilowatt peak. It can start with 1 battery or 4 batteries. The 3-phase inverters, 6, 10, and 15 kilowatt inverters, it can go up to start with 2 battery and up to 4 batteries. The installation is really easy. It should take only 1 hour and commissioning should take only 15 minutes. All the structure is modular and it's easy to install on top of them each other. So let's start with each components in detail. So you're going to have more idea what's happening. We have series of MLPE solutions. We are basically providing solutions to real case problems. In a PV system, in a real PV system, you don't have any idea what is going on your PV models. You assume that they are working. You assume that you have control, but actually, if you have a monitoring, then you understand what is going on your PV models. What is the degradation, when it has to be changed, when it has to be clean. So we are providing monitoring solutions. Then we are providing rapid shutdown solution, which is really critical because these products are not residential. These products for any scale, from residential to utility. We have only one product. You are going to use only one product type. You just need to check the electrical specifications. Let's say that under the rooftop, you have your investments. Let's say that under the rooftop, there are people are living. The switching off the inverter, general inverter, are not going to provide the full safety. Because although you switch off the inverter, there will be voltage. We are going to talk about more. But in order to first aid assistance, like firefighters to help you, you have to also switch off the motor level. We are going to talk more about them. Just to keep you again, these are all compatible with any type of inverters, which has 1 MPPT. So if you have an inverter with MPPT, you can use these models. I am going to talk over the TS4AO because, as you can see, from left to right, the price and the functionality is increased. For example, monitoring, only rapid shutdown, monitoring and rapid shutdown, optimization, monitoring and rapid shutdown. So this product will have everything. So if you consider this product, we have only one optimizer. Just please pay attention. One optimizer, but the other models have some features that you like, some features that you don't want, for example. So we are going to talk about optimizer because it has all the features. This is the premium one. It uses impedance matching methods, which is our patented solution. Optimizer is going to calculate the output values depending on your string. And it is going to let the other PV models to not get affected by the shadow. And it is going to work only when it is needed. Let's say that there is no mismatch between two PV models. It is not going to work. It is going to wait for it to mismatch to start to work. So this is really a critical point because it's not working always. It's in standby mode. When there's shadow, it is going to start to work. So it has really high efficiency. It has 99.6 weighted efficiency,
really high reliability, 0.01% enrichment rate, 700 watts, 15 ampere or 80 volts. This is the maximum limitations of it. Of course, it has 724 monitoring access and exclusive reclaimed energy functionality. I'm saying exclusive because this feature up to TIGO TS4AO, only TIGO TS4AO has this feature because it tells you how much extra energy that is produced by it. So, as we said, you can use these products from residential to sale to utility. You just need to check if PV models are under the electrical specification. If you install immediately, you're going to increase the performance of your energy output. You're going to enhance the safety and compliance. You can maybe have safer house, residential house, or you can have a factory that you want to increase the safety for your investment underneath. Or if you, for example, if you have a really great installation that you need to check it, the model level performance, which is really critical that we are going to see in next slides, you can use a monitor. So why optimization? It is really easy because the real life is not designed in laboratory. The real life has its own scenarios. Because in real life, although all the PV models are oriented in the same direction, it could be cloud shading, refraction, failed bypass diodes, or manufacturing mismatch. Or let's say that you have rooftop, but it is very complex. You are thinking that this rooftop normally, like physically, can handle more PV models, but they are not in the same orientation, or there is a shadow. It's not a problem with optimizer. You can install more PV model to extend your capacity, to reach your real capacity. Use more PV model to produce more. So you are going to get increase the design flexibility, actually. This is an example. This is a real example, actually. In Tuscany, where our office is near to our office, Italian office. So as you can see, there is one chimney here. But the shadow is only appear some seasons of the year. As you can see in this picture, there's no shadow. But in reality, there is a shadow in some seasons here. So customer thought that it is wise to use 4 PV model or 3 PV model less. So customer actually decrease his capacity to 1.2 kilowatt. But actually, this system can handle 1.2 kilowatt more because TIGO is enabling the other PV models to not get affected from the shadow. In February, as you can see, those PV models with shadow, they're producing as much as they can, but they're not letting others down. For example, B6 is producing 17 watts. In the same string, B7 is producing almost 200 watts. It's the same for A string, 26 watts, but it is normally the other PV model is producing 210 watts. This is momentarily a screenshot, so at the specific moment. And it's doing this all day. But if you go to May, around the same hours, as you can see, there's no shadow because this shadow is seasonal. So because of this, actually customer wanted to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 PV model less. If you calculate them, they are 400 watts. So he thought that he should decrease his capacity to 2 kilowatt less, but actually this roof can handle more. Let's see it a bit more detail because I told you that optimizer tells you how much extra energy that it produced. So the gray bars indicating the energy that you could produce with or without optimizer. So this is the base production. But the green bars are indicating the production that is due to optimizer. And you can get this information minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, and month by month. As you can see, as I told you, the shadow is seasonal. We have more production due to optimizer than the May, because in May, the shadow is mitigated to later hours, actually. So, and you can get this value immediately. For example, 5.42 kilowatt hour for that specific day, it is produced by optimizer. In total, as you can see, it is almost 30% of the production. But in May, it's only 2.3 kilowatt hour, and it is less than 1% or 5%. Okay, we talk about the seasonal change and shadow. It's also obvious. Everyone knows that when there's shadow, it's optimizer is required. But I would like to show you one installation ground-mounted in Slovakia. This is also designed by optimizer, but this is actually a ground-mounted installation. Some PV models are shaded, some PV models are really cool, but when you do the when you check our system, it seems that 4.3% is the increased. There are like the total productions, 4.3% is coming from the optimizer, and the peak is winter time actually. So you need it even if you have ground mounted. Here, I would like to show you again the production values. On the right hand side, this is the extra production. As you can see, extra production, optimizers are working only when it is needed. The green lines are indicating this actually, because if it is not required, optimizer is not working. So the second feature, the second solution actually, is we can think that it's not a feature, but it is providing a solution to you. So the second solution is safety. Safety is really critical because, again, although you are switching off your inverter, you are not switching off the voltage that you have on top of your head. And in the case, firefighters or anyone to help you, they can't help you if there's active voltage there, active DC voltage there. So that's why US National Electrical Code says that you have to have model level rapid shutdown because you have to have enhanced safety. Let's see it in the visualized mode. So each PV model has 30 volts, and in total you have 120 volts. Let's say 4 PV models. Although you switch off your inverter, you have this actually. But with rapid shutdown solutions, since you are switching off model level, you are going to have 0 volts on the total string and in between the strings. So this is the reason why it's enhanced the safety. Let's see it in the graph. As you can see, the green is the current, and the gray is the normalized voltage. The values are normalized. As soon as you initiate the rapid shutdown, the total voltage drops to 0 in 30 seconds. So this is creating great advantage for enhancing safety. You can initiate rapid shutdown by 2 ways in CCA. In the inverter, there's another method, but it also has CCA in it. You can initiate rapid shutdown by switching off the CCA, or you can connect a mushroom button at the end of the terminal, which is AUX. Let me show you here. See on the right-hand side, there's an AUX port. So if you short this AUX port, you are going to have 0 volts here, and you're going to send each optimizer to stay in replicator mode. If you release the button, then you're going to reopen the circuit, and you're going to have 3.3 volts. So it means that all the optimizers are received to stay on mode. Monitoring. This is really important because this is giving you more insights and more performance values of your PV models. Because without this, you are just assuming that all of your PV models are working correctly. But this is just an assumption. But with model level monitoring, you don't need to go to the site to understand what is the problem. You can have this information on your phone, on your web page, because we have each PV model's information. Let's go here. For example, this is an Italian site. Without model level monitoring, you wouldn't know which PV models are working less and why. So you have to go into site with your technician, and your technician has to check each PV model, each cable, and spend more time there to understand what is the problem. This is the reason why model level monitoring is actually increasing the saving, because it is decreasing the operation and maintenance costs. As you can see, these PV models are actually producing less. Then you zoom, you understand that they have diode issue, because you have voltage values, you have current values, so you have everything. Actually, you can't understand this from the current values, because current value is almost the same with the other string members. So in this string, all of them almost producing the same in terms of current. But in reality, individual performance is less. So you can only understand this if you check module level voltage values here. So that's why module level monitoring is actually decreasing your operation and maintenance costs, because your technicians will spend less time there. So this was the MLPE part. An AI residential source solution can integrate these solutions with itself. You can use optimizer, you can use safety, you can use FMOS, you can use whatever you like from the MLPE. So inverter has 6, 5, and 3 kilowatt peak on one phase, 6, 10, 15 kilowatt peak on 3-phase model. It has multiple MPPT, physics design, built-in Wi-Fi communication, and it is really lightweight. On single phase, it has 90 volts starting voltage. On the 3-phase, it has 200 volts starting voltage, and it can have really great number of DC to AC oversizing. Most importantly, it can work minus 35 degree to plus 60 Celsius degrees. So it has really high operating range actually. So what is the advantages of the wide range of MPPT inverter? We have wide range of MPPT inverter, and one of the most important thing is our inverter wakes up earlier than the regular inverters, because it has a wider range of MPPT working range. And it goes down later. So it is proposing a bit more hours to contribute to the production. On top of this, as I told you, optimizers allow to do different orientations, design with different orientations. If you have wider MPPT range, as you can see, doing different orientations with optimizers will be much, much easier for you, because optimizer only works when it is needed, but MPPT has to work always. So your MPPT also has to be very strong. In here, as we mentioned before, the green area is the area that is produced by optimizer, and the gray area is the area that is base production. So this customer did an different orientation design. As you can see, in the morning, it has really huge reclaimed energy because of the different orientation, because the other orientation wouldn't let the main south orientation to produce, as you can see. But in the late evening, the west orientation is producing normally, even more than south sometimes. So optimizer will cover that area. So using optimizer will give you this beautiful bell curve, although you are having different orientations. So we talk about the inverter, but one of the most important, really, beauty of the inverter is it's really modular and it is ready. It has EI link that will decrease your installation time. It has ATS in it, automatic transfer switch, which means that since this is full storage solution, it is going to decide when you need to use grid, when you need to use battery, when you need to use PV for your total home consumption. This is really important because it is going to allow you to use as much as green energy as you can. Also, it has RCD in it. The AI link has A-type RCD and inverter has B-type RCD. It has smart meter in it, as you can see. It has CCA in it, and it has RCS transmitter in it, which means that all of the functions like monitoring, like meter consumption calculation, like battery storage features, all of them is integrated and ready for you. You just need to connect your PV module strings here. Then you connect your house consumption here. Then you connect your grid here. Everything is provided for you. With that said, I just want to point out one feature of the inverter, because inverter supports actually imbalanced power usage. Because with normal inverters, when you use the imbalance power, you need to pull bit power from the grid because this total production should be divided in 3. So you are going to use, if for 5 kilowatts unbalanced power usage on one phase, you are going to consume 3.3 kilowatts. If you have zero export is not enabled, again you have to pull 3.3 from the grid, because you have 5 kilowatt of unbalanced phase, and the other 3 has to be sent to grid to balance it. But imbalance gives you net grid usage 0 kilowatt, even if you have if you are using zero export. Which means that you don't want to export the grid, and you want to support your consumption, 5 kilowatt of consumption from your green energy. It is possible with this inverter, so you don't need to use the grid. So to sum up, inverter has zero export feature, which means that if you need, you can enable it, and you're not going to export any power to grid. If the imbalance is disabled, which means that if it is regular inverter with this condition to support 5 kilowatt of imbalance power use, you need to use 3.3 kilowatt from the grid, with or without using the zero export. And if you enable the imbalance power mode, you are not going to use grid because inverter supports 5 kilowatt of phase imbalance. This is the maximum imbalance ratios per inverter. For 6 kilowatt, it is 3 kilowatt in phase imbalance. For the others, it's 5 kilowatt. So the last component of the system, EI battery storage component. The batteries are high performance battery chemistry, LFP, and it has supporting 3-phase backup. So you can use 3-phase consumption on the batteries. 3 kWh per battery, you can go up to 12. It is stackable. Actually, 4 of them is on my back right now. And with this performance, it can provide 90% of depth of discharge. So you can use 90% of the inverter's capacity. It has fast charge and discharge. In here, I want to point out that it is 1C, which means that it can discharge itself in 1 hour. It can charge itself in 1 hour. It has really great capacity. And one more feature is if the weather is too cold, they have smart heating system, so it can reach optimum temperature to increase its performance. We talk about 1C battery, but we pass it very quickly. So I just want to point out this very quickly. Let's say that we have a weather. The beginning of the day, it's a good weather with good sunlight. But after that, there are dark clouds or cloudy, so your production is decreased. So what you want to do is a storage system. You want to get most out of this beautiful sunlight, because this is the area that you have to do your best, because we know that this is not going to support the rest. So I have some percentage of the batteries. The green is TIGO 1C, and the red is typical battery in the market, which means that in this specific hour, so when the production is there on the PV side, the TIGO battery, since it can charge itself very fastly, it is taking advantage of this production, of this sunlight hour. But the 0.5C battery can charge itself only around 60% because it is not taking advantage of it, and it cannot charge itself very fastly. So although there is a very cloudy hours are started, it's not a problem for TIGO battery because it's already reached 100%. But there is a lot of way that this battery has to take. So getting most out of it and increasing your capacity is it is what TIGO is. So let's talk about the discharge, because charge is important as discharge. It is really important that to give your consumption what is asked, because you have your battery to use. You have your battery to not show that, hey, I have 40 kilowatt of hour of battery. You have to use it immediately when it is a necessity. So in here, as you can see, TIGO battery, which is 1C battery, discharges itself very fastly. But the other battery is allowing you to use your storage power with very limitations in longer durations. So it provides you low discharge speed, low current and power, and backup only on the one phase, which means that you have only one or couple consumption that you can use for this type of battery because it can support only that much. But TIGO provides backup on 3 phase. High discharge speed means that high current and high power. So it means that you can actually use what you have to power on the devices. If you have any question at here, I can take it because I think we talk a lot at this point. Otherwise, I can move very fastly. Please confirm.
Do you
And I'm
producing
moving on.
sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Do you producing
I'm
the
listening.
batteries by yourself?
Well, we have these are all TIGO products. Of course, we have some factories and some. Let's say that these are TIGO products, but of course we have some factories, and so this is the part that I can tell.
Okay.
So this is a full backup solution because of the obvious reasons. Because what I tell is the battery is very, very strong, and it can power really high-powered demands. Let's say that you have a house that can ask for 6 kilowatt or 10 kilowatt or 12 kilowatt of consumption, it can support. So this is the main reason why it is a full backup solution. In here, I wanted to show you that where we are actually and how much green energy that you are going to use. So you place the inverter, it's single phase or two phase, it's the same. The idea is the same. One of them is single phase and one of them is two phase actually. So you place the inverter in between the grid energy provider and the main consumption panel, which is your house, actually. This is really critical because you are going to put all the grid consumptions into EI-Link. Then you connect your house to EI-Link. You don't connect your house directly to grid or something. No, you basically connect your grid to EI-Link and you connect your consumption to EI-Link. The reason behind is EI-Link has APS in it. So it is going to manage your consumption. So whenever it is necessary, it is going to connect you to grid. Whenever it is necessary, it is going to connect you to PV or battery. So depending on your user profile, you can use as much as green energy, or you can charge your battery always 100% and wait for the blackout. So you can use grid always or produce PV energy. So what I'm saying is the EI-Link and the EI system has to be in between your house and the grid. It is going to let you to connect you to grid by here or to battery by here. So this is a real consumption data. This is a real graph from TIGO. I want to talk about this full backup solution. As I told you, this is a full backup solution. You have to connect grid to system, and you have to connect your house consumption to the system. So it is going to connect you to grid whenever it is necessity, and it is going to connect you to the PV or battery when it is necessity. On the A is midnight. There is some consumption. And as you can see, the profile of this user is self-consumption. Self-consumption means that whenever I have green energy available, I want to use it. So yeah, yesterday the batteries are fully charged during the sunlight. So in the night, the blue area is battery. The battery is discharging itself because there is a consumption in it. And then the consumption is really low, but the PV production is really high. So this excessive energy is used to charge your battery on C. As you can see, battery SOC is increasing to 100% immediately. And then the consumption is still low, but the excessive energy can be exported if you want. If you don't want, you can switch off the exporting power. You can have zero export or limited export as much as you want. For example, you can export 100%, you can export 50%, you can export 80%. It's on you. But this customer export 100%. Although there are some consumptions during the day, that is provided by the PV module energy during the D area. And on the E, the cycle restarts again because there is no sunlight and all the energy is provided by the battery. So in here, we didn't need any grid power to be used. But if it is necessity to use grid, let's say that it is too rainy, you don't have battery, the EI link is going to connect you to grid directly. The system profile is 3. So you can have time of use, which means that you can define the most expensive hours that your grid provider charge you. And you can define the most cheapest hour that the grid provider charge you. And you can mark them, and you can use green energy when the tariff is very high, and you can use grid if the tariff is low. Or you can even, if you want, you can charge your batteries from the AC. It's all on you. Or you can select the self-consumption mode that we discussed before. It enables you to use your green energy as much as possible. So first, if there's PV energy, it is going to use it. Then battery, then grid if it is necessary. And the backup is basically it is going to keep your batteries fully charged, and it is going to let you to use the battery when there is off grid, because you can lose the grid for some blackouts or for some maintenance. On those times you can use your battery. And these profiles can be selected from TIGO portal remotely. You don't need to be next to your system. So as I mentioned before, the app is very strong actually, because with app you can manage all the TIGO products. As you can see, we have internet settings, inverter settings, grid settings, or you can connect your inverter directly with the Bluetooth and you can get real-time data. You can even set the battery settings. You can charge your battery with specific current if you wish it's on you, or you can discharge your battery on a specific current. You can set your grid codes from the app. You can do your battery settings. You can enable or disable the export. Or you can get specific alerts. For example, PV off is activated, or there is stream shutdown, or monitoring disconnected. So everything will be on the app. The commissioning of the system was that much easy, but commissioning of the optimizer for residential system is also very easy. You just need to, with the EI inverter, you will have one sheet for the barcodes. You can place your barcodes according to the string orientation of your house. And then you can basically take a picture of this sheet. This is a real video. So you don't need to scan each optimizer, but with residential system, you just need to place the barcodes and take a photo. as you can see. And the system is even taking carefully the orientation of the strings, giving the name of them. Like this. So our last step is AI monitoring platform. So it is giving you another ability to check the performance of each PV model. So it has historical data, it has a quick commissioning, a layout with bulk scan, and mobile access for all the stakeholders if you wish. Eventually, you can have the app or the desktop web page. On the app or on the desktop, you are going to see your solar energy, grid usage, home usage, or the battery percentage. Or you are going to have some basic graphs or advanced graphs. So you can check each of your components, although you are in the web or app. It shows the battery percentage, or you can even download these data. The charts are 1 minute, hour, day, or monthly data. You can download them, you can regenerate them, all of the information of your inverter or optimizers. Most importantly, it can give you the reclaimed energy values, so how much optimization that has been done due to how much energy that is produced due to optimizer. Lastly, but this is really important, we have the lowest return rates in the industry and longest warranty in the industry. We have experienced engineers to assist you with 12 language during the design, in the installation, or even after sales. And we have more than 20 members for the technical assistance in Italy headquarters, including technical support, level 1, 2, and the sales engineers. If we recap the warranty, the EI inverter's warranty is 152 months. EI battery 132 months or 6,000 cycles, commencing on the warranty states. It says that EI battery shall retain at least 65% of its original available capacity. DMS is 132 months. EI link is 60, and optimizer is 300 months. More than this, you can reach us from the support.tigoenergy.com, or you can contact us the sales, or you can download datasheets, guides from the downloads. Thank you for listening me. Please let me know if you have any question. I can return and I can give more details about it.
Thank you, Kenny. Also in Lithuania, you can contact with Domantas, in Estonia with Melis, and in Latvia with maybe some questions.
I'm sorry, I couldn't understand. I couldn't get the question.
Maybe you can write your question.
There is one question again.
Thank you. Thank you, Kemal. Let's be in touch.
Sorry, there's one question in the chat for Kemal.
Sure. Let me see the chat. Close the presentation now. Okay. The tests were done on what kind of PV systems? which tests are you are mentioning. If you are talking about the certifications, they are all there on the optimizer or on the inverter. Maybe I can provide more information. Like for optimizing values, how much you gain. This is really a good question, actually, and really thank you for asking this. As I mentioned before, the life is not designed in laboratory, but optimizer is only working when it is needed. So this is the reason why it is really difficult for a simulation program to tell you how much the extra value that you're going to gain. The most real value that you're going to get is when you do the installation, because optimizer is only going to work when it is needed. If it is not going to need it, optimizer is not going to work. So you're going to get the difference, the percentage difference from the our app. The difference is how much you gain that I show you were directly from our app. So, and they were stating this year and past years, for example, I don't know what will happen in the next year. Maybe model will degrade more, maybe something more happen. Maybe the client is not going to clean their panels, so the uneven soiling is going to create another mismatch. But if you want to do any simulation, you can find our optimizer in any kind of simulation. We are in PV solar, PV sys, in sun, Aurora, so you can check it. But the most realistic values will be in the real systems, actually.
Okay, if there are no any questions, I would like to say thank you, Kemal, for your presentation, and
Thank you.
keep in touch. You can put in chat your contacts if there's some questions later. They can write you.
Thank you so much for your attention. I think I'm getting really low volume from your microphone, and maybe you can write to chat and I can read it out loud.
Yeah, can you leave your email in a chat so that people can send questions later? Yeah.
Definitely. I'm going to do it in this way. I'm going to leave my email and my team's email, and we have many sales engineers. We are not only give you product information, and if you have design ideas, we are going to share our comments on your design to help you to use the products in more advanced. And I'm also going to leave a phone number. So if you need, you can call us. This is a general phone number. One of us will going to open the phone for you. It could be me or it could be one of my colleagues.
Thank you. Thank you, Kemal. Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you for participation.
Thank you so much for participation and your attention. Thank you.